Gina, the serial apologist Rodriguez, is at it yet again. I was wondering whether or not I was going to talk about this, but then I thought about two examples that I could use pertaining to her and some stuff that she said in the past that has rubbed many the wrong way, and just use them to my advantage for this video. So this is actually a thumbnail right here that you're looking at from a recent video that Gina Rodriguez posted up on her social media accounts. And she's under fire right now because she was singing an old Fuji song. I think it was a Fuji song, or maybe in a Lauryn Hill song. No, it was the Fuji song Ready or Not. And she was singing Lauryn Hill's part. And in the part where she sang with Lauryn Hill, she said the N-word. And now she's going on a whole little apology tour yet again. And this is not the first time she's done this. Let me take you back to two instances that let me know that Gina, the serial apologist Rodriguez, she ain't shit. The first one, if you remember back when Black Panther first came out and how everybody pretty much in the diaspora was really singing this movie's praises. Not even that long after the movie had been released, here she comes saying, she gave like a very condescending tone. She praised the movie, but then in the same breath said, well, I'm still kind of waiting on Latina or Hispanic representation. I'm just asking for a friend. Something like that she put into a tweet. And I said she picked in her mind, the perfect time to want to come out and say that. Like, the movie was not out that long, and I don't even think it was out for a week. And she just came right on in and tried to swipe at its success, saying that they needed Latino representation. Last time I checked, doesn't the Latino community or the mestizo community, however you want to put it, have their own network called Telemundo and have had it for years? And I think Universal or whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called. I know it begins with a U. They have their own networks that cater to them. She was on a show called Jane the Virgin, in which she was the lead actress on that show and has won awards for. So she was a representation all of herself. Then I remember she came out and said that Latina actresses don't get paid as much as black actresses. And we know that's a lie. Especially when you think of people like Sofia Vergara, who has gotten paid, or at one time was one of the most highest paid actresses on television when she was on that show, Modern Family. And I think it might be in his last season. Then another instance, and I talked about this before, and this really let me know even more about her, was when she was promoting this movie called Smallfoot, and she was being interviewed by I forgot the man's name, and I follow him on Instagram, and he's a black, I guess you could say, pop culture type of person. He's interviewed a lot of people. Well, he was interviewing her and Yara Shahidi. If you don't know who she is, she's the daughter on Blackish. She's the older daughter, and then she has her own spinoff show called Grownish that comes on Freeform. And he specifically asked her a question about young black actresses in Hollywood and representation and things like that. Before Yara could even get one word out, here comes Gina Rodriguez and says she's a representation of all women. You should have seen the face that Yara had gave her when she looked over her, when she literally undercut her in the middle of her sentence. And the interviewer looked at her like he wanted to straight up curse her out, because he was like, well, the question wasn't framed that way, nor was it directed to you. So that was not only very disrespectful, but it was very rude, because one, the question wasn't for you. You literally cut her off before she could give a response. And then you tried to make it seem like you were speaking for her as if Gina was her mouthpiece, and she was not. I was actually interested to see what her answer was going to be. When I saw that, I said, this chick ain't shit. She really isn't. And then she tried to lie and say that her dad is an Afro-Latino, and then we found a picture of her dad, and her dad is about as light as the palm of my hand. She literally does stuff like this and then tries to throw herself into the victim role each and every time as if she shouldn't face any type of backlash. I can't stand people like Gina Rodriguez. And a lot of people say they don't know who she is. I don't know if they're saying that because they really don't know who she is, or they're just playing like they know who she is, but they really don't know, quote unquote, who she is. But she has always, for me, been a problem to me because she tries to come off as this feminist mixed with a whole bunch of like SJW. Like, she is almost like she's trying to attach herself to too many causes at one time and thinking that what she's doing is going to be the greater good for not only the world but of sisterhood. And she's not that. She's definitely not that. And even to go back a little bit, and Gina, even if Marvel was to do a movie where they would have, say, the first Latina actress or superhero or whatever, I highly doubt, with your track record and with your mediocre acting skills, that they would choose you to be that person. Hell, they probably wouldn't even have you be a supporting character. Unless she begged for the part. That's about it. I highly doubt they would choose her. Hell, even the DCEU, I highly doubt that they would pick her for that either. As you can see, I have a huge disdain toward Gina Rodriguez. And furthermore, what pisses me off even more, and I found this out from Lovely T's video, is you had Sean Stockman, one of the members from Boyz II Men, actually backing her up and saying what she did wasn't wrong. Then you had people like Fat Joe just a couple weeks ago saying that all Latinos are black, which is a clear and evident lie. Many would disagree with him on that statement. Then, J-Lo, she got caught on the fire because, when she came out with that J-Lo album, that's when she went into a more hip-hop direction. And she was saying the N-word all up and through a lot of her songs, especially that I'm Real song that she did with Ja Rule, which was the remix. That became a hit song for her back in 2001. But yeah, Gina Rodriguez, she's always been an issue, but it's always an issue when you have a lot of people that will back up her behavior, because all she has to do is cry those crocodile tears that don't mean nothing. And then she's going to do it again and again and again, and she's going to apologize more and more. And I think they said she disabled the comments on the on her little apology video because she knew they were going to cut her ass in the comments. If that was the case, why even make the video? Like, why put the video out there and then disable the comments if no one can give you feedback? You're just basically admitting that you were wrong for what you did, and you're just putting this video out there for attention in hopes that you can get sympathy. You don't get any sympathy from me or many of the people who watch my commentaries. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.